everybody, and welcome back to QuestJunkies. It's a brand new week, which means it's Monday night, my dudes. Time for the Wyld Ones and the Rhódania Chronicles. Say hi, guys!
Hi, guys!
It is so good to see you all. We're glad to be back for another week of storytelling and chaos. So, first things first, let's quickly go around the table. My dear friends, if you'd be so kind, please tell us who you are and who you are playing. Might the Pirate.
I'm Mai, aka Might the Pirate. Tonight I am playing Rhódania, the Circle of Stars, Feely's Druid, Artificer.
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 That is the correct.
Can you
Mina-
speak today?
No, I can't.
No.
It's
Alright.
been a long day.
That is the correct way of pronouncing it, innit?
Yes.
Great, darling.
Mike.
Friends, hello, my name is Mike, literally Grim in chat, and I am playing your second favorite small boy, Wes the Artificer.
Artificer. Is that because he's arty? Or... Oh wait, no, arty has a different meaning on this channel. We gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with those names. They have power. Thank you so much. It's a shame the wielders don't have power. Oh, I said too much. Down the overlay we go. Wyatt.
Well, hello. I'm Wyatt. I play our lovely college. Is it College of Whispers? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is college. Weird. Anyway, College of Whispers, Bard, and Life Cleric, Reese.
Reese. And last but certainly not least, Bridget.
Hello everybody, my name's Bridget. I'll be playing Frag the Way of the Long Death, Shatterkai, Monk, possibly something else, we'll see.
Curious. And I am Patch, the ever humble Dungeon Master. I play everybody else. So, before we get underway, you will see messages scrolling throughout the chat and little things on the overlay, just to, shout out the wonderful people who help run QuestJunkies and help us with lots of cool things. You can save some money on some dice, feed those starving dice goblins that we all are, and all of that fun stuff. No, stop trying to eat your dice. No, just stop. Look, guys, you got to go over to Tabletop Mini and sort this out. Like, you get 10% off your entire order using the code QuestJunkiesUK at checkout. Link will be in the chat. So, with that out of the way, I don't know why I'm ASMR at the moment, but let's jump straight in with a quick recap, as I am tired and have that chaotic energy, so I don't know what the fuck's going to happen tonight. There's only one way to find out. As we return, what events led up to tonight? Well, the Wyld Ones in Zundanark, making plans for the next leg of their journey, heading northward to the Citadel of the Morrigan Earth, which they learned after an unexpected communion of sorts with the goddess of the moon was the seat of power for the gods in ages past, when they were still able to walk the material plane. And this information came by them from a god who was able to walk the material plane and was just as confused about it. Interesting times. A few things happened. Rhódania and Wes finally got to finish this secret little project that they had, and constructed a new arm for Connell's mum in a very selfless, wonderful little display. Display? Oh, I cannot speak tonight.
Who, me? Display, Jesus Christ.
Display of affliction. They did something nice for Connell's mum, okay? There you go, I said it. Frike headed to the library with Reese, where they had said encounter. Looked for some answers, do some questions. After Frike left, Reese stayed and through some interesting persuasion techniques, left the library with 5 of the oldest books in the city library. But for what purpose? We shall find out, perhaps. Whereas Frike headed to the flea markets on a search for a particular magic item, one that could help protect from scrying and divine sight, and was able to eventually find a place that had such a thing, but for a high price. But a deal was offered. Should she be able to just take care of a little problem? As it seemed that there have been some trouble in the city that the flea market merchants have been having with someone new to town, someone who's been attempting to sort of monopolize business. But they did remark that certain people at the flea market have gone missing since they've arrived. It's a little sketchy. And of course, Frike agreed to, of course, yes, we've got to deal with this. And then we found out they just happened to be from a familiar shop. And a familiar face indeed. A certain tailor that some of the group had just commissioned work from. A pale-faced, light-haired, interesting individual who introduced himself as Taylor the Tailor, but by his full name, allegedly, Astarian Taylor. Nonetheless, Frike agreed, and after convincing Madeline to come along for an interesting time, she was very curious, wasn't entirely sure why, but she wanted to fuck around and find out, and that is exactly what they did, as when we last left off, they were attempting to lure him out of the back rooms of his shop, only to be met with a dagger flying directly through the curtains into the shoulder of Madeline Crowley. And that is where we return to in a little bit. Wes, you left the house with the intention of sneaking into the royal palace of Zundinag.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeknownst to you, being followed by Rhódania. We're going to rejoin you as you approach the outer gates of the palace. So I'd like to ask you, what you doing?
I believe I'm still invisible, so we are going to keep our distance to the very place that I left after being found at the branch of Palor. I am returning to that very gate and making mental notes of all the different guards and their patterns and when they might be shifting. I'm on a limited time frame here, got about an hour, so whatever I can discern from that, I'm taking.
Okay. Now, Rhódania,
Hey, pal.
Wes might be invisible,
Mhm.
but you know Wes.
Mhm.
And it's very easy to spot some footprints in the ground. After traveling with him for a little bit now, you'd recognize them anywhere. And you follow this trail, and off in the distance you can see them just apparating. So you know what he's done.
Right behind you, you wee fucker.
As you approach the front gate, Wes, you see that there are 2 guards posted. And on the high wall that it borders on, there are numerous guards patrolling. This is a highly secure area. Now, you remember from being kicked out of there previously that on the other side there is a sort of makeshift barracks. So there's likely to be more soldiers. How do you wish to proceed?
At this point, does Feronia pick up my trail and just kind of bump into me before I go any farther?
Well, that's up to you guys. Veronia, you're on his tail. You see that he has stopped outside the gate. You can see the still footprints.
I'm gonna kitty pounce on where I think he might be. Butt wiggle and everything. Just
Okay. Roll me an attack at disadvantage.
I don't want to hurt him.
No, this is just to see if you get your aim right. You don't have to roll damage.
Oh
Oh, yes.
no! Why did the first thing I rolled was a nat 20? And then a 5.
Oh, it's
Ouch.
oh.
Amazing.
And a 5.
Oh well.
Unfortunately, that invisibility does give disadvantage.
I'll whack my face on a nearby boulder.
So we'll say, because I kind of want to include the nat 20. I kind of envision this moment as your aim is perfect. You leap into the air, whereas you hear a disturbance behind you, and you turn, and it's like in slow motion. You can see the coming towards you, and you do like a. Wes, make me an acrobatics check.
Okay. Now, I do have nimble squatness as my recent feat. Is there any chance I could get advantage on that if she's trying to grapple?
I'll allow it.
What?
I'll allow it.
So part of the squat nimbleness, you have advantage on escaping from grapple. So I didn't know if that was one of those things I could flavor in,
Go for it.
which works out because that's a dirty Reese 20. Other Reese 20.
Other Reese. Okay. So the DC you had to beat for that was a 5, because that was the other roll. So as the slow motion Feronia comes right for you, you just like do the Matrix dodge out of the way. As Feronia, you go colliding into the wall that Wes was leaning up against. Let's see if the guards notice this loud fuck. Okay. No one seems to notice.
Cool.
Just kind of
I mean-
pick myself off the ground. Just like, oh.
An invisible hand is just going to drag you into the nearest alleyway.
Liz, what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
You
I'm
went out
working.
first. Yeah, who cares? You don't do it by yourself, you know that. Whatever the fuck you did.
And I think can I make a quick perception check to look around to make sure I can drop my invisibility without the guards catching me?
Sure.
All right. That is a 17.
17. Coast looks clear.
Okay, we'll drop the invisibility. I had a plan. It just needed me. It was gonna be easy. I lied to you. I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it, Lone Ranger.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, now that I'm here, how can I help? And don't say by going back home.
All right, time to develop a plan B. Well, believe it or not, I'm pretty tapped out for the day after helping the Timothy orphanage. So I need to focus on some information gathering. The most important part of all of this is we need to get back inside and somehow reactivate the branch of Paylor. Not just that, we need to determine what other locations are available, because if we can get to the Morganoth quicker, we can use this as another way. Much as I love Madeline Crowley and the Discourteous Rose, if it's apparently a suicide mission, I'd prefer to just make it a mission and not a suicide.
I can see your point. I mean, it'll be quicker and in hindsight. If it goes well, it'll be safer. But it does sound a bit complicated. I mean, if I can help in any way, obviously.
You know, you might actually be able to. I'm pretty tapped out, but I have a strange request for you.
All right.
Now that you're here, could you be Princess Flora again on a mission from your kingdom to see if the Malexor can help reactivate a branch of Paylor?
I was afraid that this might be asked. Okay, I'll do it. But
here's
one
the thing.
condition.
Yes.
I get to wear my own hat.
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want. I'm
Cool.
not coming as me. I'm disguising myself.
Oh, okay.
This is what I'm going to try and find, this said hat that I had set aside.
Okay.
You're going as yourself? You're going as yourself, but what are you going to be, like my assistant or something?
I will be your advisor. I will
Okay.
be...
My
I will
envoy!
Envoys are more like messengers. Advisors actually mean something. Envoys are the ones that get shot and killed in all those plays and theater performances.
True. Yeah, I suppose.
But here's the plan.
Mhm.
So, I'm going to use my connections with the Feingrat Society to say that... And I do have the actual pins, so everything will feel legit, but the story won't. We need to collect as much information as possible. Because right now, I've only got one way in, but no way out. So what's going to happen is we're going to go up to those guards, and we're going to request an appointment for a private tour on behalf of your kingdom and in league with the Feingrat Society's personal investigation into the recent events that have happened to Eiselkratz.
I
Which...
don't know what the name of my kingdom is, though. I don't remember.
Oh, make it up. There's so many kingdoms that come and go as part of the Great Reconvergence. Just make something, and I'll follow along.
Okay. Oh, shit. I'm really bad at thinking of names. Try, but you might have to do most of the talking, or at least, like, give me cue cards or something.
I-
what do I have?
It might be a little awkward if your royal advisor is giving you little notes to tell you where you belong. I could lead this discussion, but everything that I say, you have to continue the lie with.
Okay. Oh, no. I've just dropped a whole bunch of shit on the floor. Bitch. I will follow your leads, my liege. I mean, my servant.
Your royal advisor.
My royal advisor. So, wait, So I have to say, hi guys. Wait, let me put my hat on.
Some of you might recognize this as Agum's hat, but yeah.
Right, okay. So it's like, hey, royal people. I am here on behalf of my kingdom. Placeholder name here, which I will think of on the spot and pull out my arse. I've been sent here to have a tour of your facilities, and if I am denied, then there'll be great repercussions. Also, this is my slave. I mean, servant.
I just feel like you're not going to let this go, and part of me thinks that I should just let you keep going with this, but I mean, we need to be a little more tactful. We're here
I'm trying.
Listen. You were there when Assailant was converged and then reconverged, right? So you know firsthand the events that could happen as part of the Great Reconvergence. That part is true. But Princess Flora, on behalf of her kingdom and in the interests of those within her kingdom, wants to ensure that the Great Reconvergence events can be predicted and controlled, which is why you've partnered with the Feingrat Society and their expertise to look more closely into these events. I can do the talking if you'd like, and then you can just follow along with that story.
Yeah, because I won't remember, and neither will my player.
Oh, I feel so bad for your player. You know, my player's like that too. Just totally forgets everything that they have to say. But it's okay, we'll work through that.
Also, my player doesn't take notes either, clearly. Only up to session 5.
Oh,
I think.
session 5 of what?
I don't know. Oh no, I got possessed.
Dear God, it's an existential crisis right in the middle of an alleyway.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
Alright, I will, I'll follow your lead, and I will just nod and, say what needs to be said when you ask me to.
Just interject when appropriate. Give me 1 second. I'm going to use my remaining first level spell slot. I'm going to create a potion for Alter Self, and I will turn into a medium-sized tabaxi with a little musketeer hat, a little feather on the cap, a little masquerade mask, and a long cloak.
Like this mask.
Kind of. Here, let me give you a more accurate representation in chat.
I don't just have random props here. That's just from when I've been tidying up shit. So.
I mean, I wouldn't judge you
Wig as well.
specifically. I wouldn't judge you specifically, but for the
You can if
players,
you want.
this is what you're
It's
looking
fine.
at.
Let's have a look.
So that's
Wait a minute, what? Oh, confused, what am I looking at? Mike,
my disguise.
Oh, you're so adorable. Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, I get the idea. Yeah.
So it's a little Puss in Boots, but a bit more serious, I'm gonna say, for the people that can't see that picture. Okay. So, with all that in mind, Reese, you have left the library. You have 5 ancient books. And the day is yours. Well, the remainder of the day.
Remember, what time is it?
At this point, it's evening. So it's close
Cool.
to sundown.
I am gonna take the books. Wait, no, I probably already put I put the books into my bag of holding. And I'll just kind of look around. See what the evening has to offer in this great city of Zundanarg.
Okay.
All of my friends just ditched me, so I'm like, well, they're having their fun. I'm gonna have mine.
All right. So, not looking for anything in particular, just seeing what the city brings.
Yeah, just I'll exit from the library, and I'll go left instead of right, which would take me back home. I'll just go left deeper into the city and see where it takes me.
Okay. So, around about this time, you walk deeper into the city, and there is... The streets are getting a little quieter, it seems like, because, a lot of the markets are finished for the day, shops are beginning to close. The deeper you go into the city, you do see that it starts to get busier again. And as you follow this main thoroughfare down, you turn a corner and you can see this small, almost like a miniature amphitheater, and a big crowd of people all around it. There seems to be some kind of show going on.
What does this sound like? Can I hear anything from like a little bit of a distance without getting too close?
Make a perception check.
Perception check. That will be 21. Wait,
21?
and that's that's at advantage because it's perception. 21.
21. Okay. Very good. So you're able to point your ears in a particular direction to block out a lot of the crowd noise. And very particular conversation pokes through the crowd. It seems to be coming from the stage. There is some sort of performance going on. As you hear these voices.
I am the great and terrible Deborah, and I'm here to kill everyone.
And you hear another voice like,
Oh no, wait! I'll stop you. My name's Connor McGinnis, and that's the word I further.
All right, Cartman.
And these are my friends, the Wyld Ones.
and you hear like a crowd of people going, yay! And then the voice is going,
I don't care who you are, you're not wild enough for me. Oh yeah? Watch this. Ha! Ha! Hee! Ha!
there's clearly some sort of children's performance recreating the events of the finals of the tournament happening on this little stage right now. You can have a closer look if you like.
I'm gonna snicker to myself. How far away?
From where you are, let's say about 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay.
Sort of at the back of the crowd.
Okay, so is it like down a different road, like further in? No, it's in an amphitheater. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Imagining. Okay, I see it. Okay. I have nothing to change my appearance. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll sneak a little closer, trying to stay out of like line of vision of anyone that might know who I am.
Okay. So, like, are you like pulling your hood up and just trying to look inconspicuous?
Does my cape of billowing have a hood? It's a cape, not a cloak.
If you want. It's your cape.
Nah, it doesn't have a hood.
Okay. Give me stealth check.
Okay. On 2-1.
21 again.
Mm.
Okay. You manage to work your way into the crowd. No one seems to really notice as they're too engrossed on what's going on stage. And as you do sort of work your way in, you get a better view of the stage and you can see like it is a bunch of kids. And they like you recognize some of the homemade little cosplays that they've made. One standing out to you as there is a tiny little halfling boy who must be about 4 years old with like a thing tied around his head with snow leopard cat ears on it and like this little blue robe. Looks a little
my God.
familiar. And the performance continues. It's like,
I know you won't stop us. We're the Wyld Ones. I have a magic drink. I'm gonna drink. Do, 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 do. Stars and stuff.
And stuff.
and then
PG friendly.
Deborah's like, oh,
How did you know that stars is my weakness? Ah!
and then you see the one that looks a little familiar to you is like,
Hey, I'm gonna pray to the moon for help. Hello, moon. Give us some help.
and like, there's like someone up in like, it's kind of like a building behind, which has like a balcony, and you can see like they've got this contraption which they like spin a lever on, and it starts shining a light down, like a pale blue light. Like,
The moon, yay!
and Deborah's like,
The moon. How did you figure out my other weakness? Ah!
anything
Oh
else?
my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna have to ask the kids how they did such a tremendous interpretation of Rhódania, and then close my little journal. As Demra is taking damage, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation to kind of make like little sparks to make it a little bit more like magical and like a little bit more epic.
Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna whisper it because it's verbal and somatic, so I'm gonna be like as stealthy as possible.
It's all good. You rolled a 21, so I'll give you that. And you can see as the moonlight shines down, the little sparks go off, and everyone's going ooh. And like the kid playing Demra is kind of like,
Oh, that's really cool. I mean, no, this is terrible. I'll get you.
and then another figure walks up on stage, much larger than the other kids. As you see Thrasham. And so it was that the Wyld Ones took care of the smelly poo-poo Deborah. And all the kids start cheering, yay! Wyld Ones, Wyld Ones, Wyld Ones. He's clearly doing a show for the kids.
Of course he would.
And everyone is cheering.
I'll sit there and just kind of watch a little bit, staying out of sight.
Mhm. I'll say that, as you continue to watch, like, it is a fairly faithful recreation of the events that happened. They've taken a few liberties. I mean, these are children. They can't fully glorify violence. So, there's, it's more, it's less like, oh, I'm going to slash you with this battle axe. It's like, no, I'm going to call you a stinky head.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like... it's an interesting interpretation. And of course, Demra wasn't killed. She was chased
Demra.
away with childish insults and returned to the land of neverwheres and never wills and to be forgot. But quite entertaining.
Well, I'll just sit there and watch, and when it seems to wrap up, I'll leave about a little bit before everyone else so I can beat the crowd
Okay.
and continue making my way downtown.
Okay. As you do, our view turns once more. Right. Inside the main shop floor of Taylor's, you are sat on the desk, looking back at Madeline, who now has a dagger in her shoulder, and she's kind of looking surprised. What'd you do?
Let me double check something here. Okay, hold her hands up. I don't know what you thought, but we're not here to hurt you.
I mean, I fucking am. You've just thrown a dagger in my shoulder.
She'll have shouted that, and then as kind of an aside, she go, I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
You and me are having words after this.
I didn't want to hurt him. I thought we could just persuade him to take a vacation for a couple of days to, like, get out of the city so that the shop owner that, like, thinks he's competition will, just think that he's gone, and so that I could get a little bit more protection. It's important. She'll kind of explain what they've learned since the last time they spoke, that, like, she's being watched, and she's a little terrified of, like, her father, like, being able to watch her at all times, so she wants, like, some kind of protection from it, and it's important because, I mean, I think she would have, like, briefly talked about her father before, but, like, he's essentially ending this explanation with, he's an all-powerful being backed by gods, and I just need some help. I'm asking for help. And I think she'll have said all of this loud enough that, like, it would be audible if anyone were there, so she's not trying to be subtle about that either.
So you get to, like, the end of that explanation, and you indeed hear a voice call back to you. Familiar sounding voice. But it's interesting, like, one minute it's coming from the behind the curtain, the next it seems to be coming from up on the balcony, and then off to the side. It's like an ever-changing direction. This sounds like you've got some problems, dear. Gods? Protection? I mean, don't threaten me with a good time, but, well, let's just say that knife is my protection.
Still keeping her hands in the air, and not trying to isolate where his voice is coming from, because, like, she's trying to stay as neutral as possible. I didn't mean for it to go this way, Okay, she is gonna be honest about, like, I just didn't want to be totally alone, and I thought that if we had a conversation about it, you might be convinced to just take a vacation for a couple of days.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. $17?
17. Well, it sounds like you have quite a predicament. And here I thought that you were here to drag me back to Baldur's Gate.
I've never even been outside of, well, okay, there was the one time, but I've never been to Baldur's Gate. It was just going to be... Okay, she's gonna pause. It's gonna seem like she was about to say an innocent request, but she just changes that to a simple favor.
Favor? I'm more accustomed to favors. As you now hear the scraping of something on wood as you look up to the upper floor and you see Starion, dagger in hand, just cutting along the wood, wearing no shirt, covered in blood.
Okay, keeping her hands up, she might, wave.
Hello. So you came to me what? For protection? Company? They're not mutually exclusive, you know.
Not necessarily protection. It would be a kindness if you were to take some time away from Zundanarg for a few days. I don't have to know where. It doesn't even have to be far, just enough to convince the shop owner that you're not competition, because it's a matter of some importance. He has an item that could be, well, you heard, obviously. He has an item that could be of some benefit to me, and I can't exactly afford it unless you take a vacation.
Right. Let me see if I've got this correct. You want me to leave town for a few days so you can go shopping?
It's just...
Look, why don't we spice things up a little bit? It's the gentleman in the flea market, right?
Yes.
Well, he was next on my list anyway. I could take care of him and then steal it for you. It's very easy. The dullards in the flea market. It's like child's play. Honestly.
I mean, here I was trying not to create any more work for you.
Work and pleasure. It's great when they align. And I have my fun.
Hey. It's not strictly necessary, but if you want things to proceed that way, she's going to be like eyes darting between him and Madeline now, but I just need the necklace.
What about your friend? What does she come into this? Because that is a sight for sore eyes, let me tell you. As Madeline now just pulls the knife, throws it at Astarion, with it going right past his temple, and he doesn't flinch. Sticks into the wall behind. Oh, I like you. You're feisty.
She's just going to do one of those where she looks up at the ceiling and kind of wishes for the ground to swallow her up in this moment, because, yeah, just... So, given what I've observed about you, I figured another beautiful face might, make the argument a bit more persuasive.
Well, it is tempting. Can I keep her?
We're not bargaining for, well...
You see Madeline looks up, and you see, like, her hair begins to lift, and her eyes start glowing blue. Like, you haven't seen her like this since she was defending the Sky Carver from the dragon at the very beginning of the adventure. And she says, I'd like to see you try.
We're not, okay. I don't know how this went so wrong so fast. I'm sorry. I just thought the three of us could have a conversation and see what we could make of it. Apologizing profusely. She's kind of like just struggling to string a thought together, kind of like her player is. She'll just say, we're okay. I just need the necklace, and if you could be of some help, that would be great, but if not, it's fine, it's fine. I'm sorry to have surprised you, Madeline, I'm so sorry about your shoulder. That's that. That's all, really.
He leaps over the banister, lands down onto the floor in front of you both. Well, let's try and straighten things out for you. You're a little scatterbrained, but I have that effect. So, you need that necklace, and there's multiple ways to get it. I don't dislike you. I have no reason to not trust you. I'm very curious as to why I need to skip town, but, well...
It's just to make this guy believe that you're disappeared. So it's kind of a ruse, you see. Like, if he believes you're gone...
I understand that perfectly, dear. I want to know what's in it for me. I'm not a charity.
Can I say that she's going to, okay, so he left off the banister?
Yes.
And he's close?
Yes.
She's going to whisper in his ear, and can I roll some kind of persuasion check?
Depends what you say.
Hang on, where are my Discord DMs?
Let me bring them up during this very tense moment. Okay. Make me a fate roll.
Okay.
DC, for no reason whatsoever, is 69. What'd you get?
86.
An 86? That beats the DC. You see a definite shift in his demeanor as a smile begins to creep up his very pale face, and as it does, you now see the elongated fangs glistening in the light as he's doesn't feel like he has to hide it anymore. And you can hear behind you Madeline's like, wait, in fact, let me just check perception. Natural one. She didn't hear that. So she's...
Okay.
Madeline's kind of just like...
Saw something shiny.
Oh, this fucking... shoulder. Oof. As he looks back at you, after you move away from the whisper, and he places a hand on your left elbow as you pull away, just to kind of stop you there. Well, I must say, it could be the best offer I've had since I got here. What are you, anyway? You're not human, you're not Fae. You're something different. Not quite drow either. Mysterious.
She's going to add a stipulation that Madeline be allowed to leave if she so chooses. But
He
also
does-
to that... okay, go ahead.
Say he doesn't break eye contact with you. You see the piercing scarlet eyes directly gazing at you as he lifts his right hand and signals to Madeline. You can go now, dear. We'll take it from here.
Okay, internal monologue in her head. Just fuck. Okay, going to cast the most apologetic look at Madeline that she can. And answering his other question, she'll, okay, I think given the tenor of everything she has observed about him so far, she's going to, kind of put on a voice a little bit, like, act like how she has seen Madeline act before, but also a little bit mirroring his own personality back at him. So she's going to turn around as though she's completely unaffected by how he just talked to Madeline, and just say, do one of those things like looking up from like underneath the eyelashes. I am Shatterkai of the Shadows.
Shadows? Exotic. Madeline at this point has moved to the door, but she's not gone yet. She, like, gives you one last look, and she doesn't say anything, but you can tell the look in her eyes. She's like, just say the word, and I'll fucking have him.
I think she'd get just apology, but only communicated through the eyes.
Okay. She opens the door, steps out the doorway, looks back again, seeing the apologetic look in Frike's eye. And just as she turns her head to shut the door, no longer seeing the apologetic look from Frike, and the fangs protruding further from Astarion. As he gets closer and closer. To biting your neck. Wes! Veronia!
Hey.
Back to the not so sexy situation.
Depends how you roll. You have rehearsed your plan. You have decided what you're going to do. The floor is yours. How do you wish to proceed?
Right. So, are we going like straight to the front doors then, and just kind of being like, or are we gonna try and stay at the back, or try and find a side entrance? I forget the plan. I know we've only spoken about it like 20 times, but
Everything's gonna be fine. Just follow my lead. You're going to hear a voice change, just like this one. And just pretend that this is the voice that I will be using for the rest of this encounter.
oh shit,
No.
do I have to do a fancy voice?
Kind if you want.
Hello, I am
Myra?
I'm. Oh god, I can't do a change of voice. So
Careful, your
weird.
player's showing again.
Sorry. I told you, shut up.
Listen, I'm working on a limited time frame. We're just going to go there, we're going to book an appointment, and we're going to show our side of the story, as it were. A little incentive to show them the urgency of this request. We're booking it for tomorrow because clearly we don't have the resources, team, or personnel for this. So, we're just here to make formalities happen. And if all else fails, just hold my hand and hang on tight.
Okay.
Alright. Careful, follow me.
Wait.
Now the alley. Yeah,
I'm ready.
you've got this.
I am royalty.
You are royalty. Hold on. Twist the crown.
Yeah.
You are royalty. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's go. We will approach the guards at that entrance.
Okay. As you approach the entrance, the two guards either side see you both come in and sort of both meet at the center of the gate in order to stop you.
I curtsy.
On behalf of Princess Flora and the Kingdom of Ocean's Rise, I would like to humbly extend my greetings to you and the Kingdom of Sundanog. I'm Count Montesquieu. This here is the lady of the house, Princess Flora. We come here on an urgent request that we hope you can assist us with.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist
How do you assist?
by purring? There's an agreement.
Purry. Sure, why not?
Wait, wouldn't that be called
It's
persist?
called
It's persuasion. That's the only reason I will agree to that, because of
God.
persuasion.
It's too good, thank you.
No worries.
That was definitely needed because, wow, okay.
Did you do a
Awesome.
Myra?
I did. I almost did a Myrit. That is a 19.
19?
oh,
Okay.
yes.
So they give you a stern look over. Look at each other. Ooh. Is that so? What was that kingdom you said? Roshan's Rise, was it?
The Kingdom of Ocean's Rise, formerly known as Irithel. At least, that's where my district kingdom is.
Fascinating, that is. Do you not think that's fascinating, Terry? Oh yeah, I think that's very fascinating. I mean, on the account of that, you're the princess, right?
Yes, sir.
Strange. We had a diplomat from Roshan's Rise not 3 nights ago. Made no mention of a royal family. Bit
It's
strange thing to just not even mention royalty.
We tend to keep ourselves to ourselves. I mean, imagine how difficult it is for celebrities and royalties to try and have a bit of a private life.
But also the matter of urgency. At my lady's request, we have tried to keep things very secretive on a very important matter, and we've done everything in our power to ensure that we maintain this secrecy throughout. You'll understand that the Great Reconvergence has done many things to the kingdom, and while diplomats may or may not have any particular say on the accounts of the nobles, understand that all nobility and royals of the kingdom ensure that everything is acted according to the great interests of Roshan's Rise, even if that involves a very private agenda.
Says a lot of words, doesn't he, Terry? Yeah, he does
Very
say
well
a lot of
spoken.
words.
Very well spoken.
What do you know about this reconvergence then?
Many things, honestly. We're actually investigating that now. I'm not sure if you've heard the news recently of a Sayland being reconverged and returned to the continent.
Hear that, Terry? He has classified information. I did hear that, you know, actually, yeah. How did you come by said information?
We were there when it happened.
You were there. So by
Yes.
proxy, then, we could say that you were suspects. Maybe.
If anything, we were victims of the whole ordeal.
What was it? What would a royal diplomat from Roshan's Rise be doing in a little village like Assailant?
So on holiday, I was trying to get away and just have a little bit of private time, you know? Read a book, do some knitting. I've recently learned how to crochet and do some poetry.
Is what we like to tell those on our journey, but the truth is we were actually returning from Irathond on special request from the Feingrot Society, and along the way we thought we'd stop at Eiselcross as they had a particular contact we were supposed to meet there. Although Princess Flora needs to keep the utmost secrecy in our agenda due to the nature of our mission.
That's strange. Never heard of Heiselcross? Where's that?
Assailant. My apologies. We arrived at a place that was called Eiselcross. But we were in the town of Assailant when it happened. It had reconverged back and returned here to Rhódania, but where we ended up was a place called Eiselcross.
Alright. So what are you doing here then?
Well, that is a very good question. On behalf of Princess Flora, we are here investigating the particular benefits of the branches of Paylor, something that the Feingrot Society has informed me may be able to help us understand these most recent reconvergence events. I understand that the system had been shut down many years ago due to it being used for war efforts, but I assure you, while they remain dormant, we intend to study these and see if there's any way to predict these events happening.
That's a lot of very interesting words. Isn't it, Terry? Yeah, I think it is. Branches of Paylor. And it's strange how we were just beginning our investigation into the person who reactivated that branch of Paylor. And
Just
then
reactivate
you come along wanting to see it. Hell of a coincidence, don't you think?
Lovely gentlemen, if you have queries and if you doubt our credentials, you can speak to my brother, Buri. He is yes, he is a very reputable person.
Oh, Princess, if you send Prince Berry here, we will all be in trouble.
Well, I know he won't be very happy, but he's on a very busy mission at the moment. And he's been trying so hard. I haven't been wanting to distract him. But I suppose if these lovely gentlemen don't want to help us, I just don't know what I'll do. I'm sorry. I've been trying to be strong.
I apologize, Princess. This has been a very touchy subject. See, the Queen of Ocean's Rise has disappeared, and we believe that the branches of Palor might be a way for us to reconvene and find the Queen. It has been a very difficult time for the entire kingdom, and perhaps the secrecy is also because this nation is in mourning. We are doing everything in our power to maintain the stability of our kingdom, and any chance we can investigate into potential alternatives to ensure that she was not reconverged along with assailant. Any opportunity that we have for your kingdom would be most grateful, and on behalf of Ocean's Rise, we would be humbled by your service.
Okay. Two things are going to happen now. The first thing, Feronia, give me a performance check.
She did so good.
She did.
Oh god.
The handkerchief acting.
Yes.
Mhm.
10 out of 10.
Chef's kiss.
Let's see what they thought of it.
I might have to use this instead. I got a 2,
Oh
Okay.
no.
and I have no modifier on it.
Okay, so a 2. Wes, give me
It's just really
another
bad at
persuasion
Amdram
check
acting.
at
Mhm.
disadvantage
Mm-hmm.
because they're very distracted by Feronia's acting.
Well,
Stick to the wild brew.
That's one. Okay. Okay. I think maybe when you were getting upset, maybe some of Feronia's real accent slipped through, like the occasional word, syllable.
Oh no! It's a weird inflection.
They look at each other and they sort of smile. One of them turns around to the gate. Looks like they're about to open it. Takes the lock and locks the gate. Sorry, I don't buy it. But I'm a reasonable gentleman and I'll give you a bit of a tip. So you're investigating whatever the fuck it was that happened in this island. There's people in town that can give you some information. Word on the street is they were there and they dealt with it. They're called the Wyld Ones. So if you go down that street, take a right, follow the road round the bend, and you'll see this big house that for some reason is now missing, like the back portion of it. That's their place. You go talk to them, and I'm sure they can get you whatever it is you need, mate. And your majesty, of course.
First of all, I am a fucking princess, and you go bowl your head. Go on yourself, pal. Fuck off.
And then she's just gonna fuck off.
we apologize for the intrusion and thank you again for your time. We will return once we have proper paperwork to show that our investigation is a very, very prioritous one. And he will turn around and follow Feronia back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but when people call me liar, I just get really annoyed, okay? So, well, that was well good at acting.
Listen, you did. Now, take my hand for a moment. Can you still see them?
Yes.
Do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Flip them off. I'm going to cast Dimension Door.
Okay.
And we're
Maybe
going to
it's
go...
like
And then we're going to go 500 feet back to the house.
Okay. 500 feet? Is that the range for Dimension Door?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I have been skipping out on that spell. All right. They will remember that. I'll say, just because we didn't get to use it, when you flip them off, this is how they react. Oh, what? Fire! And they start chasing.
Oh no!
As you Dimension Door away.
Oh, fuck me.
I cast guiding bolts at them.
We're
You-
the fuck
you've-
away.
you've
What are you
dimensioned
gonna
all the
do?
way.
No.
I mean,
I
if
know,
you
I
want to
know.
go, if you want to do it
No,
before the
I
Dimension Door,
don't.
I have to be diplomatic. I am a royal princess.
diplomatic immunity.
Yes.
So you don't flip them off with a guiding bolt then?
I mean, I could flip them with something else if you want.
I'm asking you. Like, you said you wanted to guiding bolt them. Like, I'm imagining you flipping them off and it comes out your finger.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna flip them off with a charm person instead
Mm.
because I was fucking charming, mate.
Okay.
Mhm.
At least I make
What's-
them feel a little bit sad about it. I don't know.
Okay. Is it one target?
It's a wisdom save, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna upcast it to second level, so I can do both of them. Double
Okay.
fingers.
What's the DC?
15.
All right. 5 and 11.
Yeah.
So what you don't see as you Dimension Door away is the spell has taken hold. For the split second before you go out of range and the spell drops, for a split second, they stop. It might have been the most beautiful princess I ever did see. Don't you think, Terry? Yeah, I think she was... Wait, what the fuck are we talking about? Go get them! Oh, they've gone. Oh, fuck.
I'm like that. You know the those T-shirts where like you move the pocket and it's a cat and it's going like this. I feel like there's a bit of that situation going on. Just
There's
sliding through the door.
There's a moment from, I think it's Avengers Infinity War, where Star-Lord jumps into a portal and does that, and that's kind of how I imagine that whole thing happening. It's literally that. Yep. Okay. So as you Dimension Door away, we will head to our mid-session break, but just before we do, because it's very fun, Reese, as you're walking down, you hear this ruckus and shouting, and then you see like 2 guards arguing about 2 cats disappearing, one being a princess. There's not many cat folk in this city that you've seen.
Noted. Call me motions.
Fortunately, with a perception check of 3, they don't see the other cat person walking down the street towards them. You go unnoticed.
I don't want to go towards them.
Oh, it's
Why?
you're nearby, because they ran away from the gate to chase.
Well, as I continue down, as I pass within 60 feet of them, I will calm emotions. Which apparently is 20-foot radius. That's cool.
Nice.
They need to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma save. That is a 16 and an 18.
Oh, cool. Bet. I just calmed myself then.
You're about to get pissed off with the prospect of Rhódania just doing shit, and you're like, you know what? I'm fine.
The nighttime
It's good,
air
it's good.
in Zundanag is pretty chill. It's pretty good.
No drama, llama.
No. So good.
Mm.
And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. So, do stick around as we return to find out, well, what happens behind closed doors. See you shortly. This is day 474. Dr. Samuel Carver recording, as always. As of this day, we are officially on our own. Communication has been reduced to local transmissions within a mile of base camp. Word has not yet reached our ears of any potential rescue, even less word of a cure. Hope continues to dwindle. It's strange to think back to the days before, watching America consume itself on the news and thinking, it'll never reach here. How wrong we were. Our supplies will probably last us another week at best. But with the long nights of winter on the horizon, the danger escalates further. If you were to ask me my honest opinion, we have 72 hours at best. So, if you're hearing this message, then rescue has arrived all too late for us. But, to the few who remain, against all odds, I wish you luck. And remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. The world has changed. The coming of calamity and those who rose up against it. Victory was gained, but at a cost. The lone swordsman lays dormant. The country without rule. A people fractured under the anxiety of what is yet to come. But within these fractured lands is something thought lost to time, but not lost, merely patiently waiting. And now, with no champions left standing, there will be no will other than mine. Renounce your petty gods and worship me, for I am Majora. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
nom nom.
Nom, nom, nom,
And
nom.
welcome back. Oh,
Nom
hang
nom
on.
nom.
Boop. There we go.
Oh,
Oh.
It's in the dark, wild man.
Is it it?
You got a little sneak peek of our private chat there. Don't read
Ooh.
into it. It's fine. We were
Too
just
much.
we were on break, just doing impressions of the dog of wisdom singing Chop Suey. You know, as you do.
As one
As
does.
one does.
As one does. So welcome back to the Rhódania Chronicles on Quest Junkies. So we return to the session. What sound set do I want to use for this? Frike. You watch Madeline leave, turn her head, and shut the door. And you feel Astarion over your shoulder. He's not doing anything, he's just lingering. So, I suppose you think you can give me what I really want.
She'll kind of extend her throat out and raise her eyebrows.
He starts to giggle. Just quietly. Can I ask you something? In all
What was that?
seriousness. Can I ask you something? In all seriousness.
Okay.
And he turns you around. Do you know what it's like for the whole world to have this path determined for you to walk on? An expectation from the world that you have to be a certain way and do certain things, and you just want to fight it. Does that make any sense to you?
Absolutely.
Huh.
What you heard back there was just the start of the journey that I've been on, trying to outrun where I came from, and this idea that a lot of people I barely know, some people I've never met, intervening with my fate, trying to guide me in a certain direction, and all while just having no idea what any of it means, or what, or how any of it's going to turn out, if I'm going to survive. Truth is, I come from the shadow, but I don't like it when people call me a daughter of shadow. It's not really who I am. I don't even really know who I am. But everyone seems so determined to tell me or show me or try to push me in whatever direction they want, and I'm just so sick of running in the dark.
You know what's really fascinating? You and I, we're from two completely different worlds. And we've converged, if you'll pardon the phrase, on an entirely different world altogether. And yet, we are so alike. Everything you've just said makes total sense in my mind. Really. I won't bore you with the details of my troubles. I mean, spoilers and everything. But there's a path before me, and I don't want it. I'm in a new world, and that's a world away from everything that awaits me. And it's difficult because I feel like, well, this is a chance to start over, and I don't even know. Some things are just inevitable as well. But if I could give some advice, I've found that concentrating on figuring out the wheres and whys and what for, it stops you enjoying the moments of freedom, the moments of joy, of pleasure, and everything else. Whatever is on the path ahead of both of us, that's future us's problem, quite frankly. That pompous arsehole in the future that's me can deal with that later. For now, I'm just excited to see what comes up next. Whether it's good or bad, it's new. New is good. New means change.
I never learned how to cope with change, or even with all of these feelings. And sometimes I get so angry or sad or flustered that I have no idea what to do with it, because I was alone for so long. I try to just... Every one of my people that I've come to care about, I try and be strong for them, but it's so frustrating.
Frustration means you care. Few people in this world or any other world I've seen care anymore. Hold on to that. Because once you lose that, then you're just like everyone else. And who the fuck wants to be like everyone else? When you can be you. I wouldn't want to be anyone else. I'm perfect. Well, I'm not. Far from it. But I like that. It's fun. It's dangerous. It's exciting. It's thrilling. And it's thought-provoking. It's sad. It's challenging. Reminds you you're alive. How
Can I
about this?
just...
Oh, please.
Recently, I don't know if I had to tell this person goodbye or if I was just letting him go for now, but it still feels fresh in my mind that I lost a friend. Not everyone says he'll be back. all this stuff about like he's off doing good things, but it doesn't stop the hurt from settling in, especially considering the circumstances about why he had to go. But I just, and in a surprise to herself, she might tear up a little. In this new world where a lot of things are left up to chance and circumstance and change, would you like a friend? Another friend? Because I certainly would.
I think that's the first time anyone's asked me that. And you can see, like, he's taking a moment to process that. And you can see, like, his mind is racing. Yes. Yes, I think I would.
May I give you a hug?
He just holds his arms out.
She'll hug him.
And he doesn't hug tight. It feels a little awkward at first, but he eases into it. And then lets go.
She might pat his back.
Well, I suppose if we're friends, then I can't be asking for payments for you. For doing favors. Friends just do favors, so... Well, let's say... I won't kill him. I won't... drink him, or... Why don't we just go have a chat with that flea market person? See if we can talk him round.
Okay.
And then, just to be on the safe side, I'll leave town for a few days. I'll go find some trouble to get into somewhere.
Thank you, Astarion. And she'll add that, like, having a nature that you may not fully understand that ties so closely into your destiny, or whatever people want to call your destiny these days. I understand what that's like, and I feel it's important to tell you that I see you. That you are seen and acknowledged.
He takes a moment to dwell on that. Thank you. That's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Where's...
All right, let's go say some probably not nice things to a flea market person. Shall we go, friend?
I've got your back, friend.
Oh, I better put a shirt on and... I'll be a moment. I need to clean this blood off. Be right down.
Okay.
Runs into the back.
Wipes her eyes a little.
And we'll say that he returns and the two of you leave the shop. He locks up the shop for the night. You head down into the flea market, where like the night market is now beginning to get busy, as there's various different markets open and close at different portions of the day. And you come up to the particular stall where that individual is still there. And you look over your shoulder and Astarion's not there. He's snuck off. But the flea market person sees you, is like, waves.
She'll head over.
I take it you have good news?
Yes, it seems he's decided to... How to phrase this, really? Take some time away, and he shouldn't be a problem anymore. She might be like trying to exaggeratedly wink and as though implying something that did not happen, so like some time away.
Okay. I would ask you to make a persuasion check, but as you do this, you see an arm go around his shoulder. Oh, Fenwick! It's been a while, hasn't it? And he freezes as he looks up. And Astarion's there, with his arm around him. I do love our conversations. It's been some time, hasn't it? I've been meaning to come see you. Yes, it was something. I had something important to tell you. What was it? And he's like, oh, please, no. Whatever you need, just, It's like, I with you, I remembered now. I'm going out of town for a few days. Not quite sure how long for. But I wondered if you could do me a favor. That's what friends do, isn't it? They do favors. You're my... You wouldn't not want to be my friend now, would you? It's like, whatever you need. It's like... Give the lady her amulet. And her gold and her whip. Sound good to you? It's just like... He's not breaking eye contact with him, but just hands the stuff out to you. There's a good boy. Now, you look after these flea markets until I return, won't you? And we'll have some good catch-up time when I come back, eh? It's like, okay. It's like, all right. Well, it's getting late. An early night. Looks over to Frike. Till we meet again, friend.
Until then, friend.
And Fenwick. I'll be watching. It's like, I'm going to shut up shop for the night. It's like, thank you for your business. Goodbye. And you may now return your whip and your, I believe it was 50 gold.
I think so.
You may add your amulet of proof against detection and location, I believe it is, to your inventory.
Okay. That's a long name. I'll have to write that down.
I believe that's the title for it.
I wrote it down. Cool. Okay, so he's off for now.
He's appears to be leaving.
Okay. She'll... Yeah, okay, maybe before he leaves, he's like, she'll like point out the house a little bit, you know. Stop by if you ever want a cup of tea or just a conversation, just a friendly ear. I'm just down the, kind of pointing in the general direction of the house.
Oh, don't worry. I'll be watching you as well.
Safe travels.
You too, Frog. You too.
And,
just-
oh, sorry.
So he just slinks into the shadows.
Okay. I think she'll collect everything and start heading back to the house. Is there any chance I could push the sending stone a little, just one more time?
Who are you intending to call?
Madeline?
Okay. Give me a fate roll.
Okay.
DC 50.
21?
21. You try to reach out with the stone, but it just doesn't want to activate.
Then maybe on the way back, she could look for like a courier service to write a quick note to Madeline.
Easily doable, yeah?
So I'll send that to you later, but
Cool.
yeah, just have that sent to the ship.
Alright, no
And then she
worries.
goes home because she don't know where everybody else is at.
Well, I'll say, just because it'll be interesting, you get to the corner just before the house and you bump into Reese, who's been on quite a travel.
Do you still have the books with you?
They're in my bag of holding.
Okay. Hi. Sorry, I needed to get some air. I just went for a walk.
Can I insight check to see if I can, like, discern anything going on?
Make an insight check. And Frike, if you wish to contest, you can either do persuasion or deception. Don't tell us which.
Nat 20 for a 24.
Ooh.
Legend.
Thing is, can you get a nat 20 on whatever you're rolling?
No, it's not a 20. Okay, so she's been out and she's... Although, honestly, after the conversation she just had and everything she just did, she might just be remarkably calm, like more level-headed than you've seen from Frike in perhaps a very long time. So she's usually pretty tense and anxious, but now it seems like she's not like drunk or anything, but she's very much like steady and purposeful and just overall more content.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad to see that you're all calm. This night air seems to kind of have that effect on us, I suppose.
I think it was a productive evening.
And speaking of calm, there is a flash of energy next to you as Rhódania and Reese enter through a dimension door, like, with their fingers up, flipping somebody off. Maybe they're facing you.
Is
What is
flavor.
happening?
For flavor, what's interesting about the Cape of the Monteblanc and using Dimension Door is that it all kind of disperses like smoke and ash and cinder as you come out the other side. So coming out to like this sort of smoke screen style is, I imagine, Rhódania flipping someone off and a tabaxi?
True.
Y'all never seen the tabaxi before.
Mm-hmm.
about to ask if you're still in your tabaxi form.
Rhódania, who is this?
This is my royal advisor.
Guiding bolt.
Roll an
He's a
attack
good guy.
Go for it. Go for it. Go for
with advantage because it's a surprise round.
Bafflement.
it. You got to beat a 16.
What do I do? What am I doing? I know you're doing it on him, but like,
Wait, add advantage. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, advantage.
Surprise round.
You got to beat a 16.
16.
you know.
It hits.
Beats it, beats
That
it.
means beats. Go ahead.
Gotta roll
Roll
damage.
that.
And you begin glowing, so the next attack on Wes has advantage, just in case anyone's feeling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a fucking healing word ready for that, man. Jesus Christ.
Can she insight check this new person to see if they're hostile?
Make an insight
18
check.
points.
Oh my
Boing.
god.
That was just level 1. 18 points of
Oh,
radiant
Radiant.
damage.
okay.
I cast healing
Master
word.
Shit, cunt!
I don't know who you are. Why are you with Fronia?
Wes. He's my royal advisor.
That's not Wes.
She
Yes,
got a
it is.
23 on her
I know,
insight.
I was fucking with him.
Wait, hang on. Alter self, is it concentration?
No, because it is not alter self as the spell form. It is alter self as the
Ah.
alchemical form.
Oh.
Interesting.
Right, I'm just getting my d4s to for your health. Give me a second.
23 on insight. What does that get me?
4, 7,
Uh,
8.
I'll leave that for Wes to decide.
You get 12 points of healing damage.
Healing damage. Yeah.
A 23 on insight gets you. You beat my persuasion, so I don't know what I was trying to persuade you, but you figured it out.
Figured out that. I mean, she's just trying to determine if you're hostile or friendly.
Miss Frike, he's not in front of public. Can we please escort ourselves inside and I can discern all this?
Wes?
Sorry.
I think
Yes.
it's. She'll just
Well-
hold out a hand to Reese. I think it is Wes.
I'm gonna reach.
But-
I'm gonna reach my paw out to Wes to help him up, and just like squeeze his hand.
There you go. It's all right. I've got you. All the shit cunts in the world for you.
Seeing that response, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, it's Wes. Okay, yep."
Why do you look like this? Hold on. We're in the middle of the street. Let's get inside.
We can explain it when we get in. Yeah.
Come on, that was a good shot, by the way, Master Reese. That was fantastic. I've got 2 guards who I'd love to see your aim with that.
I would like to, like, you know when a cat like smells cheese or something and doesn't like, where it's like, all right. I'd like to do that. At being called Master Reese. Ah, fuck that.
What
That's
is
fair.
this voice?
Wes,
you've
I think you
affected?
Wes, I think you can drop the guys now.
I'm trying. You don't understand. This is experimental. So when I get stuck in it, I get stuck in it. So I don't know how long I'm stuck in.
I think they call it
Moonbeam on you
foreign
if you like.
accent syndrome.
Could be. Can we just get inside before the mothers start to question us?
Yes,
Right.
let's go. We're going inside.
We'll just say you're an intern.
Okay, so you rush inside. As you walk in, no one in the lounge area, but you do, in the distance up the corridor, hear some snoring. At this time of the night, I think the mothers have gone to bed.
Is Brim?
Make a perception check.
Cool. Math. Hang on. 21.
21. Let's have a look at Brim's character sheet here. Excuse me. What are you doing, Brim small boy?
Wes, I'll also
He's
do
cutting his
cure
clothes.
wounds and give you 10 points of hit points back. Sorry about that.
No worries, big cat.
So
So weird.
you walk in, and you hear this muffled shouting. It's like,
Brim?
and you look over to like the far side of the room where like a fireplace is. Brim has figured out how to cast Tiny Hut, but he doesn't know how to turn it off.
Baby
Oh.
boy.
So he thinks
no.
he's trapped.
Oh no. She'll walk up and just. So is he in the chimney?
No, he's not in the
I'm-
chimney. He's cast Tiny Hut around himself,
Mhm.
Oh.
which is just like this amber like semi-sphere around him. He can pass through it, but he hasn't tried. He just assumes he's trapped himself, and you hear the muffled sound.
I can't stop seeing Brim in a hamster ball now.
A little bit,
Oh.
a little bit.
She might go over and try to like pick up the sphere and see if she can move it, but like would her hands pass through
Well,
it?
it's quite a size. Is Tiny Hut? It's not so tiny. It is a 10-foot sphere, but it's like half in the ground, so it's like a 10-foot semi-sphere around him. But you go over and you wave your hand and it goes straight through, and you like tickle the top of his head, and he's like, oh, and he pokes his head out.
I've been stuck in here for 3 hours. I didn't try. I didn't think that I could just go through. Oh, this magic is new to me.
Oh, Brim. She might pick him up and like show him he can come out of the tiny hut.
And as he does, the spell dissipates. Like,
Well, that's 3 hours of my life I'm not going to get back.
Oh. She'll like set him on the nearest couch.
just sort of like puffs his feathers out in like a little strop that he's having with himself. It's like,
You'll get it next time. It takes practice.
Well, I hope so. I need to be more useful for you guys.
Oh. You are useful.
Not when I'm stuck in whatever that was. All I
Wait,
was trying
you
to
know-
do was to heat up my cold tea, because I forgot about it and it went cold, so I tried to make it warm and then that happened.
Be iced tea.
You know, you can just cast prestidigitation,
That's what I was trying to do.
and you.
What?
Okay.
Maybe you know. I mean, you've had new spells that took you a while to get a grasp of, Reese. I think it's kind of like the same thing. And actually, distracted entirely from the West thing, she'll look at Rhódania and Reese and go, you know, I know Connell and I used to train like for fighting and stuff. You guys have like trained with magic before, right?
Nah,
No.
fucking wing it. It's like instant,
mean,
you know.
But you don't even
the
have
stars tell me,
wings.
It's training.
Well, maybe next time you guys get some practice in, could invite Brim along.
That would be nice.
Wait,
Yeah.
Prim, what's your spellcasting focus? Because maybe you just need a focus.
Oh, it's
and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out. Let's have a look here. He pulls out a shawm.
A what?
To Google.
A shawm. SHAWM. It is a musical instrument.
Right. It's the precursor to the oboe. That's right.
Mm.
Aw.
I can't say I've ever seen that before.
It was a gift. I don't remember who gave me it, but it's nice.
It's shiny.
It's an antique.
Can you play it?
But
Yeah.
I can
To this
try.
concert.
I mean, my beak doesn't really fit around it, but I can try. I can try.
Let's make a performance check.
I imagine whilst Brim is having his little mini performance, Fronia is just gonna give Wes a nudge and just be like,
I'm gonna make some tea. Do you want some? Come and help me.
Oh, yeah, I've got nothing better to do. Brim, keep working on it. You've got it quite in hand. If you need any modifications on the strap, I can do that for you. All right, let's go.
With an 18, he does have it in hand. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
Neat tunes, bruv.
Thanks.
Rock out.
I'm going to start a band. Brimothy and the Brass Wings.
I'll allow it. It's in a different plane, so
I feel like
It's a
that joke
cover
was
band.
targeted.
It's a cover catch.
Somewhere, sometime, Timothy's ears perk in copyright infringement.
Yep.
what the fuck? I need to call my lawyers. Mercy, on it now.
Okay.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that you're able to play that. Because like you just said, that's a wind instrument and you have a beak.
I know, but maybe it's the wind beneath my wings.
Fuck's sake.
Nah, I think that's just called armpit stink.
No, it's the wind beneath my wings.
And he gives you bardic inspiration. Because he thinks that was a good pun.
There. Bardic inspiration back.
Yeah.
High fives and bardic inspiration.
That's fucking teamwork.
Yeah.
What?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
How much is
Yeah,
your bardic
Reese
inspiration?
and Brim are literally just Tenacious D, but more wholesome.
Oh my god, yes.
My bardic inspiration is 1d6 still.
Okay. He gives you a D8.
What? Oh. Hold on. He did it multi-class. That's
No,
right.
he didn't. He's full body.
That's right. I was about to be very upset. But no, we're good.
Okay. So, we'll follow Veronia and Wes, shall we? As they go to make some
Yeah.
tea.
I mean, it's the kitchen's adjoined to the living room and stuff anyway, so we
It's
haven't
all
gotten far.
open plan.
Yeah, open plan kitchen, all that jazz. Getting everything ready.
So Wes, I didn't get to say I quite like your new look. Nice. You got a nice coat. Nice patterns on your coat.
Well, the coat is plain, but I appreciate the effort.
Very fluffy. Yeah.
Fronia, are you eyes up here?
What? I'm just admiring your coat. It's lovely. It's very nice. Are you microdosing today?
I mean, do you want me to?
I might a little bit as well. You both partake.
Well, there's a reason I'm doing it. Why are you doing it?
For shits and gigs. Also, I'm still a little bit annoyed about that whole, like, them calling me a liar situation. I'm still a fucking
Unbelievable.
princess. Why do you got this
100%.
fucking hat on?
I mean, that is a gorgeous hat. I don't know why they wouldn't believe you, to be honest.
I know, it's so demure and regal.
I think, given you guys haven't gone far, Frike would get up at some point and just go, okay, about the microdosing, would that explain the foreign accent syndrome, Wes?
No.
That's experimental elixir. I'm hoping that it wears off at any time, and he returns back to normal as the hour wears off.
Oh, does
Oh.
that mean you go back to normal Wes?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's my guy.
Oh,
I think the
He's back.
movie is proper annoying now.
You know me. 99% annoying, 1% tabaxi.
No.
Ah, the featherless small boy returns. Ah, could this night get any worse?
Well, now that you're all... Go ahead.
I think she'll look for, like, a really tasty looking muffin somewhere in the food cabinet and just bring it over to Brim. And just sit with Brim for a minute.
Oh, thank you.
Just starts nomming away for it.
Nom 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 nom.
Sweet boy.
I'm taking orders for tea. Is anyone having tea?
I
Yes,
think
please.
they'll take some milk.
Okay. Be a stereotype.
You too.
Would you like some cinnamon in it?
No.
Cardamom?
No.
Sugar?
I'm sorry, did you say cardamom?
Yeah.
Do you mean cardamom?
That's what I said.
Like synonym.
Absolutely not. I would like some honey.
All you have
Are we
to say
bringing
is-
a car to someone's mom? Car to mom?
I thought they were both asleep.
They are, so we should probably keep it down a wee bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And I'll cast knock on a door.
Oh, you're a little shit. I love it.
Let mummies, sleeping mummies lie. They might be doing something else.
Now, just
Okay,
remind me,
okay.
what's
Gift
the
of gab.
Okay.
I'll gift of gab that. But because you're curious, knock is I can choose an object I see within range. It must be 60 feet. But the knock itself can be heard for 300 feet.
300
God.
feet. Yeah. That's what I was about
Yeah.
to get to before you gift of gab. A wise choice. And at this moment in time, thank you to our raiders so much for coming in. Javen Fox, hope you had an awesome stream. Hope you stick around for some fun. And thank you for all those wonderful follows. You're putting me dangerously close to 1,000, which when I get to 1,000, I made a silly agreement that I have to make a rap about D&D, and I'm not a rapper. So, yeah, thanks. That's terrifying, and it's
today.
getting closer. So, yes.
So,
if you-
Reese. Sorry.
No, please, please.
So, Reese, you're having milk with honey. Wes, darling, we're having. What are we having? We're just microdosing, aren't we? But we're putting it in some what? Rooibos? Chai?
You put it in whatever you want. I'm going... wow, I'm back in my accent. You do whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and take mine straight. Put it in a little espresso cup.
Okay.
That's very
Frank,
easy.
Brim, what are you having?
Something with plums? Any plum flavors?
Yeah, I've got some plum and dark orchid if you want some.
Oh, that sounds really nice. Thank you.
Small boy?
I would like elderflower.
Ah, lovely.
I don't know what it
Brilliant.
is, but it sounds nice.
It is lovely. It's very nice. I'll even put a little sprig of vanilla in there for you.
Ooh,
And you see his feathers fluff up
Mhm.
with excitement.
Right. So I'll make the tea and then
She kind of does like a side eye at Wes. Says,
suppose we got some stuff to talk about with the others, right?
Well, now that everyone's here and the moms are asleep, I can tell you about my grand master plan to get us to Morganoth. Now,
I thought we're taking a ship.
well, that would be
hold all
ideal.
questions until the end of the TED Talk, please. Wes talk.
That wasn't a question. That was a statement.
Oh, okay.
And a true statement. But the more that I was thinking about it, I'm just kind of walking back to the living room, I'm not about to be the crew that risked the discourteous Rose and the reputation of Captain Madeline Crowley. And as he comes over, Reese, you notice there's something very different about his skin. Much like Kintsugi, you can see cracks in his skin like the astral sea on the one side of his face running down like scars. Now, you may or may not remember, I blew up the workshop and I went to space and I came back. But
Yeah, we
Well,
still gotta sort
where?
your bedroom out, don't we? Because you kind of brought your bedroom with you, with it being attached to the workshop.
I can
She'll
sleep on the
not-
couch.
I'm sorry.
She'll nudge Rhódania. Why don't you be roommates?
And they were roommates.
Oh
No.
my god, they were roommates.
Roommate.
No?
We work together, it'll be weird.
So many
Anyway, you were saying?
Reese?
questions. Continue. I have to hold questions to the end.
Okay, I'll make it quick then. So, I got home through this thing that was part of a network that's existed in Rhódania for a long time called the Branches of Pelor, which are like these little gates. And there's a mechanism that allows you to kind of look through all of Rhódania and I guess the world. I only got a quick peek at it, but it gave me an idea. If we could use that to travel to Morganoth, or perhaps close enough to Morganoth, we can save the potential of ruining one of the most powerful sky carvers in the world. And we can get in and out easy. So, I had a plan to sneak into the royal palace of Zundanarg, where I came out. Now, like sorry.
I'm right.
We may not have had the best first impression through the disguises that we were using, hence the appearance of Count Montesquieu.
It's really a disguise on my part. I am a princess, you know.
See, we were telling 90% of the truth.
She'll like
Help if
open
we
her
had
mouth
never
like
heard
she
it.
has a question, but then she knows that they want to wait till the end.
So, I was planning on sneaking into the royal palace at some point before we left to see if it was possible. Although, now that I think about it, it may be a one-way trip, and if I go, we'd all have to go. I don't know yet, but that's where I've been. Questions, please.
First of all, you said you went where? And second of all, you destroyed what? And third of all, why are we going what? And who? And the fuck is Pelor? And what?
I will say, actually, Reese, make me a history check.
Oh.
So
Very
let me
interesting.
get this straight.
No.
You were trying to sneak into the palace in disguise, but they were the Wyld Ones? And what if we just arrived at the palace during the day as ourselves?
Well, we an appointment is to come tomorrow, but they were uneducated swine.
You went in disguise. You didn't try and go in like, oh, I'm Feronia of the Wyld Ones, and I'm Wes of the Wyld Ones. You went in, I'm Princess Flora,
Princess
I'm-
Flora.
the advisor to the princess, and you went in disguise. No wonder they didn't trust you.
I am Princess Flora, though.
Of course you are Princess Flora. Yes,
But they
indeed.
don't
But you
know
decide to go
Princess
not
Flora.
as indeed.
They know you, Feronia. Like, they know you as Feronia. And clearly, having a
I have a
reputation
reputation.
has...
I have a reputation
Exactly.
to uphold. So I'm protecting Feronia, not Flora.
Okay, well, aside from that, so now you're saying the branch of Pelor?
Yes. In Feronia's defense, I may have besmirched our good names.
Ugh. So now the thing, okay, the branch. So now it might be harder to get to because of
Oh no,
that?
I could get to it by myself, but if we're all gonna go, we're gonna need to go with me.
Something didn't feel right about splitting up with all of you today. So I think in the future, could we stick together?
You guys willing to sneak into a castle with me?
Again,
the one
why
that went
can we
off on
not
your
just
own
go
too.
as ourselves? I was just going for a walk. It helped. I mean, yes, getting some space is one thing, but doing dangerous things.
It wasn't
Wouldn't
fucking
it-
dangerous. We were just talking.
So why not? Okay, if we do this plan, why not go in the daytime as ourselves and just ask for, like,
You can still do
mean,
that.
what-
There's nothing wrong with doing that now.
I
Okay.
reiterate, I besmirched our good names.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
did
but
tell them
you-
to go fuck themselves, didn't I?
but you guys were dressed differently, right?
I was dressed
No.
like this.
No. We used disguises because when I returned here to Zundanarg, I told them I was part of the Wyld Ones. They didn't believe me and threatened to arrest me.
Well, and if they
Okay.
decide to arrest you when we go, we can be like, no, he's part of the Wyld Ones. He lives here at this house.
It sounds like Count Montesquieu and Princess Flora besmirched their good names, but Wes and Feronia are still a part of the Wyld Ones.
That's what I'm saying. We can still go as ourselves.
So what you're saying is there is no problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm the problem, but we can navigate that. I'll get in the same way I got out of here. So you're all the Wyld Ones. They know you.
Brim has a question.
Hi, Brim.
I have a question. It's very
The floor
important.
is yours.
Can I ride on the skyship?
I mean, I would love to be able to take you on the skyship. Okay, so Wes, if getting to the branch, okay, I like your thinking here. This is a solid backup plan, but if this doesn't work, can we still seek passage on the ship?
Personally, I would rather try to take our chances with the branch of Pelor because we've already crashed the ship. I've already killed Madeline. I can't look that woman in the eyes anymore.
She didn't have to agree to take all of us on, but she did. And it's because of how challenging the place is to get to. I think at this point she would also point out what they learned today from... Oh, she would start with, okay, so we met a goddess, it's Reese's, and we would kind of explain everything we talked about. Learning that Morganoth was a seat of the gods, and that's why it's difficult to get to. So reviewing all of that, okay, so with all that in mind, I still want to tell Madeline that we don't have to necessarily get all the way there.
But surely, I mean, I know that, sorry, but I'm going to have to disagree with you here, Frike. I personally think that using the something of Panda, that it would be a lot... I mean, I know that it's going to be dangerous at first, but at the end of the day, we're going to get there quicker. It's going to be safer. We've got less chance of things attacking us on the way. And also, I mean, I don't like being on skyships very much, especially after crashing it last time. And being accused of murder.
Oh yeah, that was a thing too.
And also, I've got my brother as well. My brother can give us good passage. We can use my fucking brother. He's part of...
Also, whose idea was it to appeal to Captain Madeline's ego? Whose idea was it and didn't tell me any of this?
You were busy. And
I was sleeping.
Exactly.
You could have woken me.
And I thought we owed her a chance to just come forth with some kind of formal apology.
You send a gift card then.
You were there, Feronia. We talked to her together. You saw she was willing to forgive us.
Interesting. You know, I was really looking forward to meeting Madeline, but now apparently y'all have a history with her, and now I'm never going to get my model signed. That decides the point. Frank, you mentioned something. Morganoth was the seat of the gods, correct?
It used to be.
Used to be.
Where's the seat now?
The branches of Palor, as I was told by Bastia, my friend, in the Astral Sea, was apparently created by the deity Palor. Does it not confirm that there might be a network potentially reaching to the seat of the gods?
It could be, yeah. I have no way of knowing. So far, Amira is the only goddess that I've met. But she said more and more of them are walking the material plane.
That's concerning.
Yeah,
Terrifying.
exactly. So I think that the fact that, like, this used to be a place of great power for the gods, it matters because that, like, they're coming back, and I think that's why it's so difficult to get to now.
Just was thinking out loud, but if more gods are coming to the material plane, does that mean we're less likely to have traffic on the bridges of Paleo? Bridge Palor. Is it Palor? Thank you. Sorry, I'm literally forgetting what the name is. The Hucklefuck Forest all over again. But does that mean we're going to have less, like, traffic there and less likely to bump into them? I mean, I know that personally I wouldn't want to, like, bump into, like, the god of death or, you know, god of, like, cabbages.
And that brings up another point. If that was the seat of the gods,
Mm-hmm.
and they no longer go there, would there not be there wouldn't be a branch there. They wouldn't connect it. Or it would be where they planted the goddamn tree.
There could be a caretaker there.
I think you guys are thinking branch in the literal sense. But it is a good point.
Well,
I'm really just trying to make sure we don't destroy one of the most famous sky carvers in the world, because I have a good feeling that we're going to.
we already did.
Also,
Been there, done that. We have a t-shirt.
I'm also concerned, just as a separate matter. What if Connell comes back? And we're not here. And he doesn't know where we are.
We leave him a letter.
he left us a letter.
It's the same, and I'm happy with it.
She's gonna pull out the amulet of proof against detection and location, and she's going to put it on. And she's just going to say, I met... Not exactly. I saw, I witnessed... No, I did. I did talk to him. I met the former god of death. The Raven Queen came to me in a dream. She showed me what my father is doing. Not all of the details, mind you, but she let me in enough on the plan, and it seems like he is a conduit for a much darker, much more powerful being. Whoever was the god of death before the Raven Queen that got usurped, that their name doesn't even exist anymore. They're helping my father. I think it's how he's been watching me. I learned that too. That's why I went out. That's the truth. I got this to protect me from, and possibly all of us. If he's watching me, he could be watching all of you too. The Raven Queen told me that Morganoth was the answer to maybe all of this, maybe the reconvergence, maybe just stopping whatever evil is going on. And I don't know about you guys, but I am so sick of being in the dark about whatever is happening behind the scenes. I want to get to the bottom of this, and if my father was just the beginning, I don't want to see what could happen if this usurped god is allowed to continue, is allowed to wreak all manner of havoc and evil on this world, on other worlds. Who knows? I mean, her hands are going to start shaking at some point, and if this plan works, then I say we go with it. I agree, it might be a better plan. I'm just saying, I think it's better to have options here, because already we're working with a fraction of the knowledge that these dark forces have. So we need allies, we need backup plans, we need opportunities, especially without Connell. And she'll leave it at that.
You say allies, but I think of more people getting hurt. That's what I think of. Sure, they may be capable, but less of us means less risk for others being hurt, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Frike. I love you, but I'm not going with the Sky Carver. I'll even stay here.
We can't be apart.
We're already apart. And Connell left. There's already cracks beneath the surface. And this is seriously clear with this conversation that we're having.
I'm just telling you what I learned.
And I'm not disregarding that. We're also telling you what we learned as well.
I'm not saying it's a bad
we're allowed
plan.
to have our own opinions. I know that. I'm very aware of that. But we're also allowed to have our own opinions and our own thoughts.
No, I know.
Okay? I appreciate you going through all the hard work. And also, I sat right there when you were talking to Madeline. It's been very difficult for you.
As far as Connell goes, the last time that he appeared right outside the house. And when he left when we're at his mom's place.
Yep.
So, I don't know how he gets around, but maybe he would know where to find us. How to get to us. Whether or not we left a letter here or not.
Yeah. I mean, we could always just send him a message, couldn't we?
He's gonna look at Rhódania. I don't want to lose you. I can't go through that again.
Where would I get lost? You think I'm so much weaker than I am, but I'm not, Frike.
I don't think you're weak.
Then why do you think I'd get lost? Be
I'm
fine.
saying, if we're apart...
We spent the entire day apart from each other, yet somehow we found our way back here, through trial and tribulation. through deities visiting us in libraries, and through us botching an interrogation. If there's one thing that this group has proven to me, is that you always find your way back to each other. We're stretching ourselves. Let's think about something. Amira visited you in the library. The gods are walking amongst us.
About
So clearly, someone else greater than us has eyes on us. Those are our friends. I don't care which deity decides to come out of the woodwork to come say hi, we get their help. Whether we get there through a ship, we get there through the branches of Palor, we're gonna get there. With that detection, non-detection amulet, you've just given yourself so much more time than you think you realize, Frake. And he can't get you where he can't find you. I say we use this as an opportunity. If we have an opportunity where the deities are visiting us in libraries, who's to say they can't visit us here? Who's to say they can't bring Connell? We have a golden opportunity right now to show your dad how powerless he is, because the whole universe is working for us right now. We've already got 2 ways we might be able to get to Morganoth. And the best part is, your dad has no idea. So let's buckle up and remember who the fuck we are. Because if we can somehow all pull each other apart like this, when do you think we're coming back? Just as quick. So listen. We've got 2 ways to do this right now. And we've got someone clearly keeping eyes on us. The Raven Queen, Amira. Use that. Pull that. Stretch yourselves thin if you have to. But always remember, you come back to that table, you come home. We're not leaving each other. We're just spreading ourselves where we need to, branching out. And we'll come back smarter and stronger for it. Now, I don't know about you, but I've got a castle to break into. And you've got a very famous captain to talk to. So let's make some plans, and let's come back, and we know exactly what we're doing.
Frike.
With that,
You-
Wes will... Go ahead.
So, Frike, you feel a warm, comforting, feathery wing just gently place onto your knee.
I mean, I just got here. You think I'm letting you guys go? I spent weeks getting here from Russian's Rise. No. You don't get away from the small boy that easily. You remember, you made me a wild one. So I have as much of a say in this as anyone. Even more so than Connell. Don't tell him I said that, but...
Tim's right. Look, I didn't mean to cause an argument. But we're all a bit wild.
She just kind of
That's it.
comes over and sits next to Frike on the sofa and kind of cuddles into her.
I may not know much. I might not be the wisest. But I think we're forgetting the lesson that Connell taught us. And the whole reason why he felt like he could go off to do what it is that he's doing. Because the Wyld Ones are strongest when they're together. he needs us to be together. And we needs us to be together. We have good ideas and good plans. But I agree with Frank. No more splitting up. I think we stay together.
Turn and look at Rhódania again. You can do your plan. And as she talks, her voice just gets more high-pitched. It's a good plan. We can do your plan. Just please don't leave me.
I'll only leave if you don't come. And I sure as hope you do fucking come, or else I'm gonna come and beat you up. Gonna throw one of my blabber Molotovs at you. You never know, you might turn into a bunny rabbit. Then I'll have to take you. Whether you like it or not.
That would be quite cute, actually. Can we do that anyway?
Well, I'm hoping that the Molotovs are gonna do bad things, so... maybe not. Listen, Frank. Look at me. You are much stronger than you think. And think about it, I know this sounds horrible, but what if we all do, like, I don't know, some nasty people end up splitting us all up? You've got to be fucking strong. You hear me? I've been alone for quite a lot of the time. And I woke up alone. But, you know, I know you can fucking do it. I know I'm being a bit harsh now. It seems like I'm telling you off, but I'm not. Okay? But listen. You're a lot...
And she's just kind of like prodding her in the chest, like,
You are a lot stronger than you think you are. You hear me? Say it. Say it. I am stronger than I think I am. Oh, say it, or else I'm gonna poke you harder.
I'm telling you that I was alone too.
No. That's not what I said. What did I say? We've all got to be fucking strong, together and apart. Okay? If we try and beat this thing, there's no time for crying. No time for upside down smiley faces.
Damn it.
I'm telling you what, I fucking believe in you. Better start believing in yourself.
I was... Let me say this. I was alone. I was alone for hundreds of years, and I get this way, I know I do. I feel things very intensely, but it's because I never learned how to control my feelings, how to regulate them. And I know there's no time. I know I'm probably wasting time just sitting here falling apart like this, but
No, you're perfectly valid to do that. We're all allowed to have a bit of a breakdown from time to time. God knows I've had enough. God knows he's had enough. God knows, I'm sure Brim's had quite a lot. But do not disevaluate or, disregard your feelings. And we learn every fucking day how to regulate ourselves. And yes, past trauma doesn't really fucking help either. But just know you've got your friends. Whether we're apart or together. I'm not saying that we're going to be apart. And I know how fucking difficult it is. I was a social... Well, I always said the wrong thing when we first met. I'm still saying the wrong things, but I'm learning every day. I believe in you. Right? You hear me? I mean, this wee man, you're his hero. In fact, you're a lot of kids' heroes in this part of town. Now, you gonna drink your fucking tea or what? There you go. Good mommy. I fucking love you, you know that. And as sexy as you are when you cry, I don't like seeing it often. Right? Right, Palheed. I think we all just need to fucking breathe. Wes said, you know, like himself, you've bought yourself more time. We have time. And if we don't, we need to gaslight ourselves thinking we have time. And we've got a few plans. We'll at least sleep on it. It's very late. I'm very fucking tired. God knows I am.
And with that, she's gonna get up. Obviously standing on the sofa, otherwise she wouldn't be able to do this standing up. She's gonna give Frank a big old kiss on the noggin. And a little affectionate scratch on her back. Look to the lads. And say,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to bed.
I'm just gonna start making her way up the stairs to her bedroom.
I'll just add that before you go, she would pull both you and Brim into a big, like, side-crushing hug.
Ooh.
Couple of bones cracking. It's fine. Crack my back.
Just
Oh,
go.
that's quite good.
And she's gonna just quietly excuse herself to her room.
Okay.
Didn't exactly become the Wyld Ones by being safe.
I'll say with that, you retire to your rooms. Brim, as everybody's leaving, says,
I'm going to stay up a bit. You know, I realized when I got here, I haven't spent a lot of time looking at stars. In Ocean's Rise, all you see is the tree. You would just see Ocean's Rise, but now there's no tree, so I'm going to sit and have a look at the stars. Anyone can
show you.
join me if they wish.
I'll come show
Well-
you some constellations that we know from my
Oh.
homeland.
Wonderful.
and
Well, I have no bedroom. Boys. Need a third wheel.
You can be the small wheel.
The squeaky wheel gets the whatever the hell that phrase is.
Wheelbarrow?
looks at Reese.
Well, he is squeaky.
You both are. Let's go.
And I'll say that the scene ends with Reese, Wes, and Brim sat either on the balcony or on the roof. I was kind of picturing the roof of a clear night sky.
Yeah. Roof.
Constellations being pointed out, and a very wide-eyed small boy staring in amazement, taking in every detail. I'm sure Wes is pointing out, like, where he thinks he was in the astral sea in correlation to where we are.
I think that one blew up, and that one blew up, and that one blew up.
Yeah, we don't care about that. See, that's Calathorn. That's the great sword. And over there, that's the Igoro. That's the eagle.
Oh. I wonder if there's a Brim constellation. There should be, if there isn't.
There could be. There could be. Choose a set of stars and that could be yours.
Oh, I picked that one.
Not that one. That one blew up.
Oh,
You shush. Silence.
Oh, you have to teach me that one. That could come in very handy.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
And the antics continue on to the early hours as we draw tonight's session nearly to a close. Right.
Real quick, I think while she's in her room, she would spend time attuning to the necklace. But I think just as the hour draws closed, she would walk up to the window, where the glass is slightly cracked from last time, and she would breathe on it and write one last message.
Okay.
And it would be kind of a long one, so it's kind of chaotically written, but you see me, you want to know me, you want to know what I'm doing, you do it on my terms. And I think, like, she'd do that just as the hour ends and the necklace is attuned.
Okay. As the attunement finishes, you feel this very faint... It's almost like a numbing sensation. It's not uncomfortable, it's pleasant. And it just slowly takes over your whole body and then just passes. And it takes effect. I think it probably just gives you that little bit of reassurance that it's doing something.
That's it.
Okay. Which finishes for tonight. We do like to have a post-credit scene. I'll say that it's only brief. But in the early hours of the night, once everyone is fast asleep, the temperature changes all of a sudden in Zundanarg. There's a bit of a cold spike. Ever since the beginning of the Great Reconvergence 8 years ago, there's been widespread reports of temperature fluctuations, weather patterns shifting. This has been a long-standing thing for most of the last decade. So it's not uncommon. You would have experienced this before and thought little of it. And as this cold spike comes and goes while you all sleep, fun thing about temperature changes, they can lead to condensation on a window. The message that you wrote, Frike, is no longer there. But there is writing. Just simply says 4 words. First trick that worked. And that's it. Eventually the temperature returns and the condensation clears. And I believe that finishes tonight's session of the Rhódania Chronicles. First of all, a massive thank you and props to my incredible players for such a emotional, wonderful, crazy, hectic, slightly horny session of the Wyld Ones adventures. I continue to commend you on your amazingness. Dear friends, let's turn the music down just a tad. That turned the cameras off as well. Why?
Ow.
There we go. let's just quickly go around the table, my dear friends. Please reintroduce yourself, plug anything you've got to plug, and give us your favorite moment from the session. Rhódania.
Hello, hi, I was about to go my Fronia voice for some reason. Hi, I'm Mai, aka Myra the Pirate. You can find me on social media as Myra the Pirate or Myra Pirate. I'm mostly hanging about YouTube and Twitch and TikTok these days. I recently posted a video about my experience with Baldur's Gate. Again, I did this last week. Baldur's Gate 3, if you do want to check that out. Again, Myra the Pirate over on YouTube. I played Rhódania, the Circle Stars Feelies Druid, Artificer. Aka Princess Flora. Oh, you can also find me here on Wednesdays as Timothy Brassfangs III Esquire, the not-so-eloquent College of Eloquence Kitsune Bard Rogue. And my favorite moment, funny enough, 2 moments, is complete parallels, parallels, but also complete opposites to each other. I would definitely say using my drama school training to use pretending to be a princess and being like, that whole moment was interesting. And as nasty and as horrible as it felt, and slightly triggering, was the whole argument, conflict amongst us. I myself am not very good with confrontation, and not all parties are going to be all happy-go-lucky and have perfect moments. So it's really interesting to see the evolution of how we're going. Like, we'll all have our different opinions, we'll all have our different thoughts, and it's a conflict, it's stakes. So, and things are boring if you got no stakes. Most of the time they say that.
It's a good steak.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah. But yeah, those 2 very moments for me.
Yes, amazing. Thank you. I mean, I agree. It's like, above all else, positive or negative, it's character development, and it is excellent character development. So props all around once again. Thank you so much. Moving along the overlay, westerly.
Oh, hello everyone. I'm Westerly. Literally, I'm Mike, literally Grim in chat. I've played your second favorite small boy today, West the Alchemist Artificer. If you don't know where to find me, I'm sorry that I failed you. I will also point out that, yes, my favorite moment was also the little bit of banter / I don't know if I want to call it arguments, but certainly conversation that needed to be kind of expressed. There was a lot of moving parts the past couple of sessions, so it was nice for the party to kind of, exacerbate, just kind of
Reconverge.
speak to their minds, reconverge, as it were. Thank you, Rhódania, Princess Flora.
It's alright.
Yes, no, it's part of development for characters is knowing all the ups and downs that comes with it. So if you think it's good now, just wait until we get to Morganoth.
Oh, just you wait.
Just you wait.
Thank you so much. Moving down the overlay, Reese.
Hello there, my friends. I am Wyatt. I play Reese, our wonderful College of Whispers Bard and Life Cleric multiclass. You can find me pretty much all across the interwebs as MMWyatt or the MMWyatt or m.m.wyatt. I really don't have too much to plug right now. I am still getting through burnout, so that's a thing. But yeah, if you would like to check out my content, I do intend later this week to actually start getting back on my filming schedule, so I should have content being released once more, so I suppose that is a plug.
I feel that.
God, it is so hard. Like, when you take a break and like burnout hits, it's just like, I don't want to do anything. But I feel so good when I actually do it, so yeah, just keep an eye out. But that's it.
Amazing. Favorite moment?
I always forget favorite moments. Looking at the stars. I like looking at the stars.
Yeah. It just sort of dawned on me in the moment, like, Brim's probably never stopped to look. Because he's never probably had the chance to.
Yeah.
So, it made for a cute little moment. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least by any measure, Frike.
Hello everyone, I've been Bridget. Tonight I was Frike, and when I'm not here, having deep emotional realizations about myself and my character. On Monday nights, you can find me on Friday nights getting scared and probably more than slightly horny on Stradalicious, our Curse of Strahd campaign. And when I'm not on stream, you can find me behind the scenes, lore keeping, recapping, fanficking, all that stuff. Favorite moment.
Starian, sexy time. Well,
Also, yes. I mean, talk about, like, getting an idea flipped on its head in the most, like, surprising and pleasant way. I mean, yes, so it's 2. So it's all of the interactions with Astarion, and yeah. I wasn't expecting the response that I had, but at the same time, I'm glad. I think it really speaks to, like, role-playing and, like, the core of her character and who she is, and, damn, I wasn't expecting her to be so, like... It feels strange to say, but, like, she feels very well fleshed out, and yet at the same time, like, there's so much more, there's so many more possibilities that could come up. And yeah, I think just that moment of realization that, like, yeah, finally she has some kind of edge over her father too. That was also very, very satisfying. And that's me.
I
Thank you so
want to,
much.
like, comment on that. Like, I completely agree, because you could be playing a character for years or months or even only a couple one-shots, and you can find so much more about them that you didn't know about previous session. So
I know that feels.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And I've been Patch, you have a humble Dungeon Master. I played everybody else, most notably Astarion. We'll come back to him in a minute. You can find me here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mondays for this campaign, Wednesdays for the Wildmount Chronicles, Fridays for Stradalicious, every other Friday over on Phoenix Iwaki for the Jacentus Tyranny campaign. We have lots of stuff in the pipelines as well, including this little thing. Boop! QuestJunkies presents Passion de la Passion, La Rosa Calida. That's probably pronounced terribly. I can't even pronounce English properly, so...
babe.
Fucking hell. Our 5-part TTRPG actual play series based on the telenovela TV soap opera genre, run by our wonderful GM Safia. It's going to be amazing. That begins Sunday, 12th of November, and will run every Sunday for the following few weeks. Can't wait to see that. And I believe that is us. So, with that in mind...
Neil Newbin is still alive!
Oh, I know!
Newbin is still alive, right?
Oh, I know. We're going to love you and leave you because we're going to go from one Astarion to the Astarion. We're going to go
Oh my
raid
God, are we
Neil
actually doing
Newbin.
it?
He's
Yes.
live.
Oh man. Oh boy.
So,
I'm
guys,
terrified.
when the raid ends, feel free to shout at him in the chat that, you know, we just an Astarion guest shout, a guest spot. Because, like, if he wants to come and play for real, like, I'm down with it. Hashtag Neil Newbin for QuestJunkies. Maybe fill that in the
Yes.
chat. I don't know. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So, all love to you at home. We will see you next on Wednesday for the Wildmount Chronicles. And yeah, love you guys. Good night.
Bye.
Hi, friends.
Bye.